Welcome to the Big Biz Show. Taking care of business. You want fast-talking, hard-hitting discussions on business and finance? Maybe with a barroom slant and some really salty peanuts? We're not counting calories. We're counting cash. Before we get to the man with the financial plan, meet the money team. Costa, Mary, and Greg. Now Captain Finance himself, Sully.
Welcome to another edition of the Big Biz Show. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, we certainly appreciate you being along for the ride. Costa, Mary, Burt Godwin. Our executive producer is Greg Todorov.
And howdy to you.
And a big old howdy to you.
Of course.
And before we go any further, please, let's recognize three of the best in the business, the Day Trader Trio.
Well, thank you very much.
Wow. Sully, how are you?
Tracy's getting lippy.
I love it.
He's got a mouth and he likes to run it. Yeah, you do.
Put me in the best mode.
Can you demonstrate that for a minute for me, please?
Oh, awesome.
Ready?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a mouth and I like to run it. I get a little lippy. Okay, sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this middleman's entries and articles. His honors make honorable observations for mass production, mass consumption of fly school graduate ready for class destruction. Welcome to the Big Biz Show with his flows coming from the top of the bro's mind. It goes on time. One after the other, sisters and brothers, listen up to this in your transistors, in your podcast, or your iMacs, or I'm on the screen and it's coming clean off of the beam.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And the microphone is passed to Mike Costa. Collaborations while you wait. He was on key too.
Was he though?
Was that little James Osborne?
Oh my God.
I got little James Osborne from
Little bit. Yeah, I never know what's going to come out.
Or was Anita Baker?
I love Anita Baker.
Well, because you like Michael McDonald. So
Yeah,
that same
1,000%.
Michael McCosta. That was James.
Score.
Remember Mike Costa College? Do we still have the graphic for Mike Costa?
We are churning out students left and right.
My daughter might need to go there. Got an application?
Well, Mike's taking deposit checks right now.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
If we could find the Mike Costa College graphic,
Sure.
that would be great. Because I think we should do a segment from Mike Costa College, maybe once a week or something like that.
Hey, try to help the kids of today become the adults of tomorrow.
Speaking
I'm all
of
about
kids
it.
of today, here's Howie Font, ladies and there it is. Mike Costa College. Looks awfully familiar. Looks like a local place called Mira Costa College.
No,
No, it's
not
Mike
at all.
Costa College.
Completely different.
Oh, here he is. So Howie Font, speaking of kids, Howie Font should be with us in a second. There he is. Well, I'll tell you, interested in talking to Howie about the difference between a correction and a there's three, right, Howie? There's a correction, Howie, and then what else? We got a correction. What's the other one, Howie?
Well, no, I mean correction is what's happening today.
But there's another one though. There's a correction, and then there's a crash. Right? Is that what it's called? What is wait? This is a serious question, yet, Jack. What is 10% from a previous high?
Well, yeah, when you talk about from a yearly high or from a 52-week high is what we use as the metric. You come down 10 or 20%, you have a correction, and then you have a deep correction.
And then there's a bear market, right? A bear market is something.
That would be bear market territory.
So correction is when a stock drops 10% or more from its 52-week high. Okay, S&P is now at 55, 56 from an all-time high of 61. So since February 19th, how many? Do you guys know what market cap is? The market cap of a company, okay, is the number of outstanding shares times the share price, okay? You have 100 shares, $5 a share, company's worth $500.
Okay.
It's basically a way of saying what the company's worth.
Okay. Is an outstanding share what I own of the company? No.
What the company puts out there, outstanding shares are how many shares are available, okay?
Oh,
you got stuff in the float.
Okay,
I'm going to tell you, if you think in terms of market cap.
Okay.
Gained or lost. A bunch of market cap gains means a lot of companies increased in value. We come back, Howie's going to tell you how much market cap was lost in value on the S&P since February 19th. We're talking about less than 4 weeks. Big Biz Show, back with Howie Font, our entrepreneur, in just 1 second.
Biz Show rolls on in over 175 countries. All the ships at sea on the American Forces Network. As always, we appreciate what the men and women of the United States Armed Forces are doing, what they've done for us. Costa, Burt Godwin, Greg Todorov, and of course, Sully.
And Howie Font is with us. So Howie, we talked about market cap being a valuation of a company. Mm-hmm. So if you have an increase in market cap, companies increase in value. Mm-hmm. It's another way of evaluating a company. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not, but it is what it is. You know, when you've got low share price times outstanding shares, it means the company's worth less. Howie, how much market cap has the S&P 500 in total lost since middle of February?
Yeah, so just since February 19th, it's been $5 trillion in overall, and in the whole economy's market cap, so to speak.
All right, we're bringing it down. That's what Trump said he was going to do.
I was going to say, didn't Elon Musk say that, I don't remember if it was December or January, he said it's going to get worse before it gets
because
better.
we were top heavy. The market was really top heavy in terms of, look, at some point, what's up, Hal?
Let me just say, we've taken all of the post-election gains off the table. So we had the market that we had. There was a big run-up, and now that governing is starting to happen, you see all of that going away.
But keep in mind, this is strategic in my mind, because if you look and see where the market was last January to where it is now, we're still in a great spot compared to a year ago.
Oh, really?
It's true. We've had 20% plus years in the market, so not discounting that at all. The market does on average go up 10% though, and you know, there is this concept of mean reversion, and we should expect probably not a 20% year this year.
So my daughter Delaney, who is not in the financial business, and she's, you know, like many kids these days, I mean, she's almost 30. That's a kid. That tells you how old we are. but and I always use this analogy that we were not, in our age group, politically aware when we were in college, much like the kids are now. The kids these days, and of course, financially. I got stock when I worked at Price Club, which is now called Costco, which helped me buy my first house. I learned about the stock market because of that. My daughter Delaney says, hey, should I buy stock now since the market crashed? I said, no, because just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's not going to get cheaper. The trend is your friend in this, okay? You cannot time the top or the bottom of the market. You've got to use the trend up and the trend down in terms of buying and shorting and so on and so forth, and you should be a buy and holder here. Howie, I believe this is strategic for a number of reasons. Because Donald Trump did this last time. I believe Donald Trump has two missions here. Number one, he is resolute in his values on what he really wants to accomplish. But this guy is smooth as a gravy sandwich, and he's dumb as a fox. This guy knows exactly, by dropping the market down, using tariffs, another 50% on steel in Canada this morning, he knows exactly what's going to happen. And he'll do it at the perfect time. When he removes the tariffs off the table, you know what's going to happen with the market. The minute there's a whisper that these tariffs are going the other direction, he's going to look like a hero. And he knows, and listen, and don't you believe that's not part of it. Howie?
Listen, I would just say that what tariffs, no tariffs, whatever the policy is going to be, you know, what the market really hates is not knowing. So I think you're right that there will be a lift when certainty is achieved, but you have to also give the appearance of credibility and not leaving this miasma over the market saying, you know, anything could happen at any time for the next 4 years. You want to say, I am fighting for this win. I want this. I'm going to be a wild, crazy, art of the deal negotiator. And as soon as I get it, we will have peace on earth with our neighbors to the north.
Hey, right. No, it's true. And I think, yeah, in the meantime, our knickers, not our neighbors, are going to be south during this process. Now, having said that, when I say just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's not going to get cheaper. We are in an oversold condition right now. So when you get whipsaw action in the stock market, okay, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, there is a case to be said for mitigating your risk, and that is caused by shorting stocks. I would argue, Howie, that again, if the trend is your friend, in other words, when you see oil prices going down, you could look at an exchange traded fund like USO and short that stock. If you see gold prices going up, you could actually buy that stock because the trend is your friend if you're doing individual stocks. But what shorting means is this: when you buy a share of stock, the most you could lose is the amount of money that you paid for that share of stock. So Mary's makeup line is $100 a share. I'm going to buy one share. I've got $100 I'm investing. Hope it's going to be 101. Hope it's going to be 200. But the most I could lose is $100, right? Because if it goes to zero, lose. Okay. Now, if Mary's cosmetic company now goes from 100 down to 80, and then she gave me some bad earnings. Now we got tariffs on makeup coming in. This stock is dropping down like a Dick Cheney's hunting partner. Thank you very much. You can't sell your house before you own it. You can't sell your car before you own it. But you can sell securities. You can sell stock. I can sell a share of her stock before I own it. And let me tell you how it works. I'm going to go to the broker. Greg, I know I don't own Mary's Cosmetic Company, stock symbol MERY. I'd like to sell a share of her stock. That's fine, Sully. Here's your $100. Okay, so let's say it says $100. I shorted $100. By the way, we got to settle this trade in a couple days. Now, what happens if that stock goes to 80? I just buy the share back at 80.
Pretty much.
How much money did I make? $20.
$20, that's right.
See what I'm saying here? I borrowed the shares, sold them, bought them back cheaper, made money. That's how orderly markets work.
Question, sir.
Yes, sir.
What happens, though, when the stock goes...
Well, therein lies the rub, my friend. Because if the most I could lose by buying a share of her stock is $100,
right.
What's the most I could lose if I short a share of her stock? Infinity.
Exactly.
If the stock... so suddenly,
the
Kardashians come in and announce, Mary's cosmetic line is the greatest in the world. It goes to $10,000 a share.
Whoops.
I got to buy that share back and settle. Howie, is that about how shorts work?
Listen, I couldn't have said it better myself. And yeah, they make it very clear. If you short, you are on the hook for infinite downside potentially.
Now, there is this really interesting thing because some really look at there's been firms in the past that have made a living, and there are still firms that make a living at shorting stocks. They look for stocks that they bet against. Okay, all stocks have a group of investors institutions are going to bet against. Like right now, people are shorting, they're making money shorting. It's like I say, when you see gas prices go up, buy a share of Texaco. If you're paying $5 a gallon, but you buy a share of Texaco and the stock's going up, you're going to make more money in the stock market, okay? You're going to mitigate those losses. Same thing happens with shorting. But there is this kind of fun thing that happens when people are abusive short selling, when they're kind of cheating, and that's called a short squeeze.
Was that the GameStop situation?
Yes.
Years ago?
Exactly right.
Hey.
So what happened was hedge funds were shorting, which they should have been. They were mitigating their risk. And activist investors came along and says, and they really didn't understand it, by the way. They thought it was nefarious. It wasn't nefarious. It was just, it's like using the tax code, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon, Target, McDonald's, they don't pay any taxes. Yeah, neither do you. We're using the same tax code. We're avoiding taxes just like everybody else is. They just have more write-offs based upon our progressive tax code. Well, even the fact they didn't understand it didn't make any difference, Howie, right? They just went out, we're going to buy this stock, because what happens when you know hedge funds are shorting and you're activists and you go buy?
Yep.
You're going to lose your shorts. And talk about your knickers being south versus your neighbors to the south and the north. That's what happened. And these hedge funds, once again, Howie, I would argue, to your point in your research, these hedge funds are net short all year. This is a perfect sort of setup for what Mary just brought up, is it not?
It is. I mean, you see a record-breaking amount of put contracts, which is another way to short, just as you explained. And you see the hedge funds that have been short all year. They're typically considered smarter money, or they have some insight that the retail market doesn't. The hedge funds do. So we're seeing signals that there is a big not GameStop levels, but GameStop-esque short squeeze that could be happening in the market. When we see a correction like this, when we have an event like tariff clarification or just good earnings, Nvidia could do something. I don't know what would trigger it. There's many things that could. You are set up for a possible short squeeze, and therefore a big rally in the general market.
Hey,
So
Howie, real quick, I want you to explain in 30 seconds or less. There's a record number of contracts, 30 million plus, which they're put contracts. Okay.
Yeah.
Puts and calls and options. Can you explain a put contract and a call real quickly for those folks who don't understand it?
Yeah, so a put contract is the right, you are buying the right to sell your stock at a certain price. So people will buy a put contract, then the stock will go down, and you are secure in your holding.
They're betting against. They buy a put contract.
Yes,
they're betting against the market or the company, right?
Yeah,
There's a record number of put contracts in the markets right now.
Yeah,
and they're betting
that's one of the
against
reasons
the market.
we think there's a short squeeze that could.
Howie Font for president. Come on, let's get a pat going.
We're going to be billionaires.
See you tomorrow. Wow, he's a smart guy. He's a smart fella.
God.
You know, I love when he talks about your knickers to the shore north.
Let him or you?
Well, I thought he was talking about your knickers were down because, you take it in the shorts, so to speak.
Sure.
Well, he was saying neighbors to the north and south because he was talking about tariffs. I just misunderstood him.
We promise we'll keep your shorts up. We'll keep our shorts up. Much more at the Big Biz Show. Show rolls on from Loft 100 Studios. We are in over 175 countries and all the ships at sea on the American Forces Radio Network. As always, to our brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces, what you do, what you have done for us, we salute you. You briefly saw the Day Trader Trio. Best in the business, as I always say. No lessons, self-taught. It's a Nunya business episode today. Costa, Burt Godwin, Cassidy Smith, our intern extraordinaire, who will be leaving us shortly, sitting at the desk with me. And we welcome Amber Martinez to the show, a realtor extraordinaire. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you coming in, talking a little real estate with us. And we'll get into how you got into the real estate market, blah, blah, blah. But, everybody, you see real estate in San Diego, you see real estate in Southern California, Northern California, maybe across the nation. Are we just so out of whack here in Southern California as far as prices are concerned?
Our prices are a lot higher compared to everybody else's, but what we have to offer, we've got the ocean. We're not in the middle of America.
Right.
We have a lot of opportunity. The weather, location is everything. So our prices are a little bit higher. We don't see the effects of all the prices dropping down the way other people do.
Yeah.
Our prices are holding a little bit more steady.
Yeah, I have a question about, especially having Cassidy here, because when I was in my 20s, it was like, make sure you buy a house, and that's how you're going to get in, solidify, get in the market, and buy.
Build some equity.
Grow some equity. And now in the last 5 years, I've heard people out there say that maybe renting is better because you don't have to then fix the roof if something's wrong, or I just had to repair the AC in my home. So, as somebody in her 20s that is going to graduate in a few years and be out there, what's the recommendation? I mean, you're a realtor, so you're going to say buy. But, what should people be thinking about?
So right now what I'm seeing are a lot of people buying, but they're older people buying multi-generational houses, looking for ADUs, large yachts, so that they can add on for the younger generations.
Do you find that, speaking of younger generations, kids are living with their parents longer?
Absolutely.
Just because they cannot afford, if they're going to buy, everybody can rent more or less, but because they cannot afford to buy anything and stay in San Diego?
Absolutely. The rent around here, the average cost of a single family home to rent is $5,500 a month. And most 20-year-olds don't have that in their back pocket for their deposits, to have every single thing lined up for them and to consistently be able to make the payment.
Sure.
So the best time to buy was yesterday.
Oh, God.
Best time to buy again is now. If it makes sense for you. So one thing that you need to do is have somebody that actually is going to lay out a net sheet, let you know realistically what you're going to owe, what the bills are, what kind of repairs are going to come up. A lot of people don't realize, you've got plumbing, electrical issues, roof issues. If you can't afford those repairs, you might have a hard time.
Amber Martinez is with us in studio. AmberMartinez.firstteam.com. She is a longtime realtor here in San Diego and in Southern California. What is, as far as Southern California is concerned, what is there a most desirable place? But obviously, if I had my choice, I'd be in Big Sur. You know, some people would be in Monterey, they'd be in Carmel, that type of thing. But for what does $1 million get you in San Diego?
You're going to get, it depends on what kind of a deal your person can get you.
Okay.
But for the most part, you're looking at $1 million even for a 2-bedroom condo. It's really hard to get out of that $1 million price range. I've got a few that are under $1 million. If people contact me, I've got a really good deal of the week for $7.99 on the ocean.
Right. That
You go more inland to get.
So if you want the prices to come down, you're going to have to go away from the beach.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, if you're somewhere even in Vista, it's a 5-6 minute drive and you're at the beach, it's only a few miles away.
Right.
There's some hidden gems that are located inland. Bonsel's one of them, Fallbrook, you know, they're there, Vista.
Gotcha. Is there a part of California that is, I mean, could we say it is untouched, or it's the next hidden gem, or has every rock been turned over?
Our beach isn't growing any bigger, so what's happening is your ability to buy is getting smaller and smaller because the opportunity of there's not enough houses on the market. The inventory is so low.
Right.
That it's really hard. If you want a beachfront property or you want to be closer to the beach, you're going to have to come up with your biggest, best offer, and you will be up against a lot more offers if those market rates drop.
Are you thinking that they might?
I can't predict the future. Yes. Everybody in San Diego is hoping. Honestly,
because what are they right now?
They're at about 6.8.
Oh wow, okay.
So they have come down. So the buyers are out there. But when I go into my office and I look at my list of what's available, the houses that are for sale, the list is very small compared to the amount of buyers that are out there. The buyers are in full effect. So right now, it is definitely a seller's market. Sellers can come out right now and get top dollar for their houses.
So Cassie, you're looking at maybe Oxford, Mississippi, as far as your first home.
That's exactly where I've always wanted.
There you go. Amber Martinez is with us. She is a Southern California realtor, also sells in Northern California as well. AmberMartinez.firstteam.com. As far as the real estate picture as a whole in the United States, I mentioned Oxford, Mississippi, and I say that because a lot of people are saying, hey, Mississippi is like kind of still an untouched area of the United States, but as a whole, median prices of homes in the United States, what are we looking?
About $400,000 is the median price, $450,000 medium. And there's a lot of untouched places. A lot of people here are moving to Tennessee.
Yep.
They're going to Mississippi. They are all going after the land. They want wells. They want space. They want bigger homes with opportunity. They want Southern
cooking
grow.
is what they want.
Yes.
That's why I'm moving to South Carolina.
They don't want a 700 square foot, $799,000 little tiny place that they can't fit storage.
Right. We've got about a minute left. So, I mean, what would you say as far as the outlook for the real estate market, not only locally, but in general for maybe the next 18 months or so? It still continue to be a seller's market?
It goes both ways. It's really weird how it's fluctuating. It's sellers. It can also turn into buyers if those prices start to drop and we see that those mortgage rates start to come down. The prices will then, you'll be up against so many offers. It's going to be really, really, really hard to get that offer accepted. So right now is that time to put in your offer. Try to refinance if those market rates come down, but that's the best thing that you can do. Get in now. If not, you're going to have a hard time. The opportunity just isn't there. There's not enough on.
I know you're moving a lot of property quickly. Do most offer? I mean, how much over are you seeing as far as from an initial asking price and what the offer comes in?
They're really close to offer asking prices. Back during COVID, they were going hundreds of thousands over because the mortgage rate had gone down so low. So right now is your time. That's all I can tell you.
AmberMartinez.firstteam.com. Will you come back in and talk real estate with us?
I would love to. I have so much to tell you.
I love it. Yeah, check her out, Amber Martinez, ambermartinez.firstteam.com. All right, much more to come with the Big Biz Show. Keep it here. Big Biz Show rolls on. We are in Southern California inside the Lot 100 studios. That is the Day Trader Trio. 1/3 of the band known as Sullivan. Back here at the bar, it's Costa. It's Burt Godwin. It is Cassidy Smith. Her last week with us before she heads back to the University of Tennessee for her junior year. Also at the bar, one of our all-time favorite people. Love it when this guy drops in. He's a speaker, CEO, coach, consultant, chief launch officer. Dan Negroni. You can find him at dannegroni.com. And a professor as well.
And Grandpa Dan.
Well, and God,
Not a grandpa.
Sorry, a
Dan.
So
A Dan.
it's not going to be Papa. It's not going to be Gramps. It's going to be Dan.
Yeah, no friggin'
came
way.
up with
No
Dan?
grandpa. What do you think came up with it?
Exactly.
ChatGPT.
Me. No, not ChatGPT. Me.
The last time you were on with us, last week, right?
Yeah.
I think you said, "Hey, I'm going to go be a grandpa," and we're like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, my granddaughter is being born today."
Yeah.
Dan is officially the name, how he will be addressed. You have that power.
By everyone now.
You said your buddies,
Including the
everyone,
band,
including
right?
the band.
Yeah.
You walked in, Dan. How was it? I mean, what's it? Is it feel? It's got to be amazing, right?
It's surreal. I mean, the magic of life.
Yes.
Right? That a baby can grow and then come out and be a human and be, I mean, like literally this tiny. And
Yeah, rugby ball.
yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But yesterday, I will say that I teared up when I went over to deliver dinner and my son was holding her and oh my God. Yeah.
You're tearing up a little bit
I know.
right now. It's so sweet.
Well, you were just there holding your kids.
Yeah, well, no.
And then you
not
blink.
really.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. But the way time flies, you blink and you're like, oh my God, now I'm grandpa.
Well,
Now
now I'm a grandpa's really hard to swallow, I have to say. You'll get there. It's hard.
Unfortunately, I will. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. As my mom always said, the greatest thing about grandkids is they go home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you going to spoil your granddaughter?
Oh boy, I wonder.
Like, of course.
Or are you
It's his
going to be
prerogative.
rigid?
I'm going to be inspirational and empowering and sweet.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm going to teach her how to use ChatGPT
Tomorrow.
Grandpa of the year.
Yeah, make sure.
Dan.
Well, Cassidy was telling me it's her best friend. She's got pictures in her wallet of her holding ChatGPT's hand.
Not in my
She
wallet.
just
We're
told
not
me
that tight.
Okay,
We're
you're not
not
that
that
tight. Okay.
Just on her
on your
screensaver on your phone.
screensaver on your keychain or they
Yeah,
don't-
something like that. I
your
don't know.
phone.
We like to keep it on the DL.
Okay.
As far as artificial intelligence is concerned, and we've had this conversation with you, and there's a lot of people who, boy, you better start loving and become one with AI because it's here and it is the way of the future.
Yeah, I mean, I had that conversation yesterday. I almost had goosebumps. I was talking to another old person, a boomer, and they were sharing with me their experience that their work is so much easier because they see ChatGPT as their thought partner. And so when they're doing their work, they're creating their proposals, they're creating curriculum, they're actually going back to ChatGPT and saying, no, push me harder on that. I don't think that's right. Can you give me some other kind of contrary opinions on that? And how would you deal with that? And like really getting in
Having a
there
conversation,
and
right?
having a conversation.
Yeah.
She called it. I don't know what you call it. They?
Your buddy?
Whatever you call it.
Friend?
Chat.
Your friend, her thought partner.
Chat and Dan.
Chat.
I'm glad you picked that.
That's your
Oh my
next
God.
book.
We are punchy today. Chat and Dan.
Pretty soon you'll have a picture in your wallet. You guys, you're on your way there.
To us, that transition to like think of it in terms of that, it was a little bit of a leap.
Well,
but for
it
you,
is in the workplace for sure.
how is it for you? It's just instinctual to
Me and ChatGPT are
do
like
you have
this.
conversations like that's not exactly what I meant, so fix it, or how do you talk to Chat?
I'm constantly talking to ChatGPT. It's like my personal friend. But like the other night even I had to take like a prebiotic supplement, a magnesium supplement, and then 2 like antibiotics. And I was like, Chat, like, am I gonna die? Like, is this too much in one night? And it was like, you've got this, you're fine, just wind down and go to sleep. I'm like, okay, we're good.
That's so
It's like,
interesting.
it was telling me, it was like, This is
Did
all
you
natural
say, where are
stuff.
your sources?
No,
Cite them,
it
send
just said
them
you've
to
got
me.
this with a yellow heart, and I was like, I've got it. We're done.
Like your
Going to bed.
BFF.
It sent you a yellow heart?
It said, you've got this.
Yes.
Yeah.
they
It
do.
said, unwind and go to sleep. Nothing crazy is going to happen to you. You've got this.
See, my problem is I'm going to say, ChatGPT, buddy, if I jump out of a window, what's going to happen when I hit the ground? And with my luck, it's going to say, you're going to bounce, man. You got this.
You'll be fine.
No problem
Yeah,
at
you
all.
got this.
You're going to be
You've
fine.
got this.
I think you have to really, I mean, not that's funny, but not really, but it's funny. You have to really push it. And
Yes.
you have to ask for sources, and you have to go back and forth. And that's what my friend was saying, is that she's like, well, that doesn't really sound right to me. What about this study? What does Gallup say about that? What does so-and-so say about that? What's the history of this? And really kind of push it, because sometimes it can slack off a little bit.
makes mistakes.
Yeah, and it makes mistakes.
A
and
lot.
so I think learning as you are, embracing it and learning to make it a partner and learning how to talk to it is going to make you so much better at work.
100%. Even when I'm taking, I mean, I'm not really supposed to say this, but if I'm taking a test and I'm using ChatGPT as a personal assistant.
We can edit this out. No worries.
I'll say, like, is this all accurate information? Like, is this 100% accurate? And it'll go back and be like, actually, number 23 is wrong. Sorry about that. Like, let me fix that and correct it, and I'll go back.
If you push it, or if you say, no, that's not enough, I've sometimes said, that's really not the sentiment that I was looking for, and it will come back with, you're absolutely right, which is what I love about it. You're absolutely
It always
right.
Validates. I know. I
You're the
used
king.
it for my itinerary.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I said, this is what I've come up with after working with you. And it said, this is a really fantastic itinerary. I said, thank you very much.
Yes, and it gives great itinerary, gives great travel.
It does. However, I said, I'd like this restaurant within a 5-minute walking distance from here. And it gave a couple.
And it was 6?
None of them. No, they were like 20. And I said, you were wrong.
Right.
It was actually 20 miles. So can you please refine? I didn't say please, because I did hear it takes extra energy for them to process please and thank you. So I just command, give me closer to, and it said, I am sorry. And it did apologize. I make mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to ask you this, because I had somebody do a presentation the other night at a meeting, and they were quoting pages from something, and they were floundering a little bit, and I was like, what is going on with this presenter? And she admitted that she used ChatGPT to find the 3 quotes that she was using.
Yeah.
She didn't research them on her own. She just gave us the pages and didn't even look at them on her own.
Well, that's bad.
Right?
Was she coming across as, I'm the expert on this?
Yes,
X?
and then you could know something was not right. And then it's not to be used on its own.
It's kind of like going to a wedding and having it write your whole, best man speech, and really none of it is accurate.
None of it's
true.
accurate.
Or everyone knows you and says, that's not you.
That is a lie.
Yeah. So you have to really teach it, right? Your personality.
Yeah.
You have to teach it what you do. And if you have the paid version, you can get that really going in a strong way.
So what's the difference with the paid version?
That's the difference.
Okay.
It really starts to retain and calculate your presentation, what you do, and learns from itself within.
Yeah.
Instead of just
I
going
pay
to
for the
internet.
plus version.
Yeah.
So do I.
So I have a lot of friends who are logged into my account.
Oh.
My best friend, she's doing a summer school class, and I was like, I wonder what she's using my ChatGPT for. So I look. She had ChatGPT write her essay, and then she went back, plugged her essay back into a different tab, and said, does this sound like AI? That ChatGPT generated. And it was like, let me humanize this for you. ChatGPT humanizing its own ChatGPT essay.
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
just do
That's
your
where
own
we're
work at that point.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're doing the same amount of work.
Dan Negroni, DanNegroni.com is his website. We love having him with us here in studio. And, you're a professor. You teach a class. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're cool with students using ChatGPT for all sorts of stuff?
I mean, it's here in the workplace.
Yeah, I was going to say, how would you say, hey, no ChatGPT?
Yeah, I mean, maybe for an English teacher, you're learning how to write.
Right.
Other than that, you need to learn how to use it and embrace it, because the workplace is going to require that of you. Eventually, they understand that a human plus AI makes a superhuman.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's garbage in, garbage out. So we actually have to teach the students and the young kids how to learn with AI, how to ask it the right questions, how to tell our friend to get off our ChatGPT or whatever it is.
Right.
And how to not listen to it sometimes. I mean, to question it and say,
How
actually.
to think.
Yeah. How to have your own
Imagine
thoughts.
that. Right. How to think and use it as this super fast, unique tool to be hand in hand to help you, but you got to do the thinking, the driving.
Do you do that sometimes? Sorry to interrupt you, but where are you at with the questioning what it tells you?
I mean, there was when I first started using it, it would provide me with something, I'd just take it, plug it in, and now I go back and read it, I'm like, oh, it's kind of repeating itself over and over, so I'll tell it don't repeat yourself, don't sound redundant,
yes,
make it unique and sound like my writing that I've plugged into you before, so it's you kind of have to
give it your
learn how to get in the nooks and crannies and figure it out and not just be do this, take this and turn it in.
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
If you just say, refine this.
I tell you what, the ChatGPT wormhole has replaced the YouTube wormhole. I just love sitting there and going, what can I do? Where will ChatGPT take me?
I'm so glad you found a friend to talk back to.
Thank God, finally. I was tired of talking to my dog. Daniel, always great to see you.
Daniel.
Thanks, Mike.
Sorry.
Daniel.
Dan. All right, keep it here. Much more to come with the Big Biz Show. We kind of think we're the best in the business, too. Wink, wink. Costa, Burt Godwin, and Sully. We got the CEO and obviously the best in the business.
Municipal. Harry, when I started shopping with you, your products were what at the time? What were you guys offering? What were your products offering?
It was the first core capsule of what we thought this concept was, which was, again, a crossover concept pulling from all these different inspirations that really had we really wanted a broader demographic than what typically you would do when you launch. So we really wanted to be the favorite brand of young people, old people, I don't know, some of our consumers back then, I won't name any names, and everywhere in between. And then the second thing that we wanted to do that's really different, I think, is we wanted it to defy geography some way. So we didn't want people to look at us as oh, that's another SoCal brand or that's another Northeastern brand. We wanted it to
it's a schoolyard brand here in the States.
Play everywhere in between. It's what the name means.
Does it play overseas? I never asked it. Does it play?
We have one in Canada, huge, and 20% of our web traffic and social traffic comes from international. So really big in the Middle East. We ship a lot there. We ship a lot into.
I feel like you guys, since I've known you, went through 3 phases. The original capsule, as you call it, then the intro of new products, and now you're here. Where was what was the B section and where are we at now?
Well, now I think we've gotten really good at our product market fit, not to throw, wonky terms out there.
No, but that's good though.
But really understanding what is this crossover sport utility, performance lifestyle thing that we're trying to deliver to people. And from the beginning, we just had an idea, but I think as a culture within our building of trying to learn and really live this lifestyle ourselves, is honing in on what are the core 20-25 things that every guy needs in their closet, no more, no less. And also we launched women's at the same time, the same thing for women, because I'm equally as excited about that, because we believe what is being presented to women in terms of that aesthetic is significantly different to where we think the market is going. If you remember the Olympics, women stole the show. It's women, we call them women of agency. They're leaders. They are integrated powerhouses, and that's kind of what the Municipal Woman is all about. It's the same philosophy. So that middle ground that you're talking about, Sully, really is that transition to where we are now, a lot more performance in our line. While still having kind of.
Are you still doing the shoes? Are the shoes still alive?
We launched shoes at the very end of 2023.
You got some slides too, and I saw the slides.
Earlier than people would say was smart, so don't do.
But when you enter,
it's almost 30% of our business today.
But that's a ton of traffic when you get into the shoe. That's like making watches. What made you guys think you could capture it? Because you've captured market share. What made you think you could do it?
Community. Really focusing on the municipal community.
So you had to on-ramp with this to get to there.
Yeah, and really kind of understanding who those people are and the personas and what they need, and the compromises that people felt like they've had to make, where you can have really comfortable things, but those tend to be really ugly and not very high quality, or you can have really high quality things and those tend to not be very comfortable. So we entered into the market with things that were performance, comfort and quality and style at the same time.
What's your number one seller? Do you have one that's like, oh, that we can't keep that on the shelf?
I'm wearing it.
It's the hoodie.
I'm wearing it.
Okay, gotcha.
I need one of those.
Gotcha.
Right now, man.
Our samples are in the lobby, right?
Yeah, I brought some stuff, as I always do. Hoodies, tees, shoes. It's not that complicated.
Which is why the success story, right?
Yeah.
It's not that complicated.
Not that complicated. It's funny to me too. I'm going to get on so do you have a soapbox back there?
Yes, he does, of course.
Yours.
It was alarming to us how quality and the value proposition in our space had been eroded over years.
Over just glitz, over sequence,
over
honestly.
Stuff. Yeah. And so entering into it with just a pretty lunch pail-y philosophy of let's make the highest quality product that people feel like is an incredible value. That doesn't mean cheapest. We're a premium brand.
Sure. Yeah.
But people are comparing us to luxury brands, and we certainly are more accessible in luxury brand while bringing a lot more quality than what's in our
All right, can I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I've
Have you
watched
noticed
this.
these two guys almost sound identical now?
I watched
this. A little break.
Trust me, I'm sitting
I've watched
here all
this show.
day.
I watched this show religiously.
How is BS stereo for you?
Before I watched him and Rusty Nails, and I watched it religiously before I became a member. I'm going on 5 years now. 5 years now on this wonderful program. It's always great to have you. The door is always open to you. When are we going to get you and Mark in studio together?
Oh my God!
Let's do it.
We've never asked.
We've
never asked. Okay, hold on a second.
Wait,
I'll be the
he's
jerk.
a
Hold on.
fan.
I'll be the jerk. Stand up. Have I ever? I've never even brought it up before, have I?
No.
I respected that
That's right. That's why
because
you go.
because
Need
I
it.
am because the D-bag over here is like, what's more coming in?
Don't
That's
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
You do.
The point is, but I'm more interested in the guy with the brand story here because at the very beginning, my connection is with the CEO of the company, who reached out to me, when he didn't have to.
I have a question about that. Were you emailing all of your customers or over a certain
$300
dollar amount? No, or did you know his name because he was a person in San Diego?
No, he didn't know me for Adam.
No. We at that time, I was looking at all of the orders. Now I can't. It's too many orders. But I'm still taking cross sections.
You were the part like, what have I done? I've given it my career at Callaway, and now I'm starting a business.
Sort of.
I'm gonna reach out to everyone.
Absolutely. But no, I was kind of just looking at cross sections of who was buying what, where they're from, and just trying to engage with what made you attracted to the brand. And then I think I probably followed up later, like what you think.
No, we did. We did a couple. No, there was a couple, and it was like, I can't believe this. And then I asked him, I said, you got to come in the studio.
See, that's an awesome success
No, I will never forget that because it wasn't as if you were a privately held startup that was selling your cut and sew house samples.
Yeah.
You guys had already. I mean, listen. You weren't half pregnant at that point.
No.
You were in, and you were big enough to be able to take the time out to do that. I thought was remarkable. I don't want to let you leave here without talking about the store.
Yeah.
And now, are there multiple stores now?
We have 2 stores, but we have one flagship, which is right here in Oceanside, Southern California.
So if you're watching us across the country or listening to us internationally via Bloomberg or American Forces Network, or if you're watching us on television in the U.S., Oceanside is in North San Diego County. Where there's been a huge regentrification, and so that's 4 months ago you opened up that.
Yeah, we opened up in November. Our headquarters is right behind the storefront on the Coast Highway, and I think it'll blow your mind. You guys got to come up. It's completely experiential.
We want to send a camera crew in there and kind of give you guys.
Really,
we'd love to do that.
And we've got a partnership with the Earth Cafe, which is one of the best luxury.
Oh, I love that
premium.
place. Yes.
Yeah, so we have the Municipal coffee by Earth Cafe.
How do you know Earth Cafe was here in San Diego?
Right here in San Diego.
Because you know we always went in Venice, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. So we have,
it is one of the greatest, like before 8 o'clock in the morning if you're in LA with maybe even overserved on things.
So we have one of those inside. We've got product customization. We have a 2,000 square foot lounge for people just to come in. Our dream really is the next great American company other than Municipal is two people would have met in our lounge and figured it out. So
that's great.
Yeah, so come see us.
That's good stuff, Harry.
Love it.
As always, it's so great to see you, and I just celebrate your success, and I couldn't be more happy for you guys. I want you to know if Mark Wahlberg ever is up in the show, it's because I didn't pander. I'll come.
Look at him with the sweatshirt. He is.
What's this?
I love it.
That's not even a Municipal sweatshirt. He just had that printed on before he came here.
Actually, no, he's
100%
We got that off of Temu.
Temu.
It said Municipal off of Temu.
That does it for us, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks for Harry Arnett.